Not gonna lie, I'm running out of ways to start these videos, so if you have any funny ways to begin videos, be sure to comment them down below. One of the newest additions to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the newest addition to Super Smash Bros. Franchise as a whole is the addition of Echo Fighters. Now, Echo Fighters are just fighters with similar properties to one fighter, such as Lucina over Marth, and they've been added to the game just so people don't really complain about clone fighters, and they've been given their own identity, as we know these are low effort, low creativity characters, but it works, so it gives you more characters in the game. It really gave away what Sakurai said about Dark Pit and Lucina. Everyone complained about him in Smash 4. It really set across what he said. So, welcome to part 4 of the series where we take every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character and we give them an Echo Fighter. So, if you haven't watched all the other videos, be sure to click on the playlist in the top left and get ready to strap in for the next 10. Today, I don't even know who we're ending with, but I know we're starting with Snake. Now, first up on this episode, we have Snake. Now, I bet you're wondering, who could Snake's Echo Fighter be? And the person I have chosen is Venom Snake. Now, not gonna lie to you, I have zero knowledge on Metal Gear. All I know is Solid Snake, Venom Snake, and Big Boss. That is all I know from Metal Gear, alright? I don't know much, but I think Venom Snake, he's older. I know that. I'm not sure if it's this guy, just older, or I'm not sure if it's just a completely different person. But whatever it is, I think Snake should be another person similar to Black Shadow or Hilda that I've done so far. He's just Snake, but he's a bit slower, but he's a bit more powerful. Again, not to Ganondorf, Captain Falcon levels, just a middle ground, just a bit slower, bit more powerful. His moves launch at a different angle, and that's about everything I could say for Venom Snake, because to be honest, I know nothing about Metal Gear, so I just thought of the closest person I could think of to Snake that would work with his moves and make him fit a bit more. I feel Venom Snake he looks slower, he looks a bit more powerful, and I just think that would work for Venom Snake. Next up we have Ike, and now Ike is going to be a bit of an interesting one, and I think a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one, saying it's not going to work. But for Ike, I chose Hector. Now, this is interesting. They're similar build, I would say, but they have completely different weapons. Hector has his axe and Ike has a sword. But if you think about it, Ike uses his sword not really as a sword. He swings it more than someone like Marth, who's more precision. He's more precise with it, like a sword should be. Ike swings it around like a total madman, perfectly as to how an axe would work. So I just feel Hector could be the exact same as Ike, but just maybe a bit slower and have a bit more coverage on his moves, considering the axe is a bigger weapon. I think that would work, to be honest. I think Hector could fit perfectly on Ike. I think they're similar build, similar weapon, well, in the way they use their weapon, and Hector could just have more coverage, be safer, but Ike could do more damage. It could be a safer option, but less damage, high risk, high reward, like I've said, possibly a few times. I've said it while recording, I'm not sure if it was in this video, but high risk, high reward, with Ike being the higher, Hector being the lower. I think that would work, so I chose Hector for Ike. Bit of an interesting one here, and a kind of a hard one to do for Pokemon Trainer, and I tried my best. I didn't get any. I didn't get as far as I wanted to. But to think of an Echo Fighter for each individual fighter here, and try and make a different whole Pokemon Trainer. So for Red, the trainer himself, I went for Brendan, because Gen 3 doesn't have any representation in Smash Bros. Apart from assist trophies, and I think they need it. I think Gen 3 needs it. Gen 3 is awesome, but if I could choose something from Gen 3, let's make Gardevoir an original fighter, please. Actually, Gardevoir could work as an Echo Fighter for Zelda. But we're not talking about that today. I went for Brendan for Pokemon Trainer himself, and then the other three are very difficult. At first I thought we could go for the Hoenn starters, carry on with Brendan, but the only one that would work there is Mudkip for Squirtle. Mudkip for Squirtle would work really well, there's nothing you'd really swap out. Maybe Withdraw could get swapped out, but all the other moves would work perfectly. Ivysaur, it was kind of hard to think of one because I couldn't go for Gen 3, so I went for, I believe it's Tortal, the second evolution of Turtwig. You know, it's another grass middle evolution on 4 legs that we could go for, and Charizard, I was stuck. I couldn't think of anyone for Charizard. There's no fire starter, 3rd level, has wings, that would fit. So let's go for something different. It's not Gen 3, and it's not a starter, but Dragonite would work for Charizard. Maybe you could swap out the Flare Blitz for something else, and I don't know, we could swap out Flamethrower would work, but we could swap it out for something else, but I think Dragonite would be awesome. I'd love to see Dragonite in Smash. Dragonite's one of my favourite Pokemon. And I just think it would be cool. So, I know it's a bit of a mix and match of what we've got here. We haven't really got a theme because I couldn't think of anyone from Gen 3. But Brendan, Tortile, Mudkip, and Dragonite are my Echo Fighters for Pokemon Trainer. Next up, it's one of my boys. It's one of the most fun characters to play in Smash 4, and that is Diddy Kong. Now, Diddy Kong, when it comes to thinking of an Echo Fighter, it's an obvious one. She's in the thumbnail. We're going to go for Dixie Kong. This is likely, and this could happen considering they're adding a lot more Donkey Kong characters. I know they've added K. Rool, but I can feel they'd add another. They've already added 2 Castlevania characters to this game. I mean, they could do anything. And Dixie would work so well. All the moves would fit perfectly, except for the up B where Diddy uses his little jetpack. But then, we can then put in Dixie Kong's most iconic move. We can have the hair helicopter, similar to how Rayman does it. The hair swirls about and she flies up. It kind of be similar to, I don't know, like Villagers up B, you know? It just brings you up. You know, there's the fast ones, there's ones with Diddy, we have to charge it, which I used to find weird, but now I've gotten used to it and I play Diddy a lot, so it's gotten a lot better. But Dixie Kong's just floats you up back to the stage, and all the other moves would fit perfectly with Diddy Kong. You know, different angles, they can be the same speed, same moves, different up B, and I think Dixie Kong would work perfectly as an Echo Fighter for Diddy Kong, even though I'd still got to stick with my boy Diddy. I mean, look at him. Look how cute he is. Next up, we have Lucas. Now, Lucas is one of those weird fighters that I'm never really going to play with. I'm never really going to use him because he's quite similar to Ness, and I just find Ness cooler in first place. Plus, Ness has the legendary OK. But Lucas, you know, I couldn't really think of anyone. I've never played Earthbound. I know, everyone's going to hate me. But I couldn't really think of someone for Lucas, and I've heard people saying Nintendo would work for Lucas as well. So I'm just going to go for a cop-out instead of saying no fit, and put Nintendo on Lucas as well. I feel it would work having both of them. Both of them could have Nintendo. It could kind of be how Chrom is a mix of Roy and Ike. It could just be something like that. You know, Nintendo's a mix of the two. So I'm going to go for Nintendo for Lucas. Oh look, it's another obvious one that's in the thumbnail. I mean, if anyone didn't think this. For Sonic the Hedgehog, we're going to be using Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, if you're a Sonic fan, you'll know these two, they won't actually fit with the moveset. They'll fit a bit. They'll need a few animation changes. For example, Sonic's run will be swapped to Shadow's like skating along, and some of Sonic's moves don't really fit with Shadow. I feel they should swap his neutral B as the homing attack for the Chaos Spear, and just multiple things like that. Instead of the up B on the spring, it's the teleport. I think they should just do things like that. Maybe make Shadow not a teensy bit slower, but they make him a bit more powerful, and then obviously make him slower to balance it. I feel he's a lot more powerful than and a bit more serious than the like happy-go-lucky moveset Sonic has. I feel Shadow would have to be a bit more serious with Chaos Spears instead of the homing attack and stuff like Brody said, but Shadow is likely. Shadow is pretty much confirmed at this point. His assist trophy is gone, and we still haven't seen it, and it's been replaced by Knuckles, another Sonic character. On the Everyone Is Here screen, there is a little space next to Sonic for a black and red hedgehog to fit in. So I reckon Shadow, next direct, he's going to be revealed as an Echo Fighter for Sonic. You know, third-party Echo Fighters have been revealed with Richter, so I feel Shadow's in with a chance, a massive chance, probably the most likely out of every newcomer right now. So Shadow the Hedgehog is my Echo Fighter for Sonic. Now this is a really cool one that I wanted to explain from the start of the series, so I'm so happy we got here, alright? Wart the Frog from Mario 2. This is the first cross-franchise Echo Fighter we've had, and I believe, no, it's not the only one. We have a pretty cool one for Wii Fit. If you want to watch the next video, Wii Fit one's awesome, but Wart the Frog. Okay, I'm getting a Discord call. Well done, you've now turned... Yeah, anyway, Wart the Frog. That's such a me thing. I've been building up to this since the beginning of the series, and then I get a Discord call as soon as I'm on it. Wart the Frog. He is my boy, okay? And I've wanted him. And I thought if they include DDD, you know, green, I know Donkey Kong isn't Mario, but, you know, he's part of the Mario universe. Green Mario villains. They're not going to add two. And kings. They're not going to add two king green Mario villains. That's not going to happen. So, I love K. Rool, but I'd rather Wart. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me, everyone. But Wart would work over DDD. You can imagine Wart jumping up and doing DDD's super jump. You know, he would work. He wouldn't have a hammer, but he could do the same. Instead of swinging the hammer like that, he can just swing his hand around like that. He could use his tongue. He could use so many things, and it would just work. So with King Dedede, they have the same, like, gluttony, look at me, fabulous persona that it would just work perfectly with Wart over King Dedede, and he's a character I really want. This is possibly one of my most wanted Echo fighters on this list. I think Wart would work so well on Dedede. It's so unlikely, and if Wart were to get added, he'd be a completely original character. But he fits Dedede so well, and I'm so happy I got to put him on this video. So Wart the Frog is my pick for King Dedede. And finally, for this episode, we're going to go with Captain Olimar, the number 40 man himself. I've never played Pikmin. You know, I only know 4 characters in Pikmin. I know Olimar, I know Alf, because they're in Smash, I know the Pikmin themselves, and I know about Louie. And purely because he's the only other character I know, we're going to put Louie as the Echo Fighter for Olimar. I don't know what they could do with this. I feel they just do the different angles kind of thing, where the moves send at different trajectories, like they do with Dark Pit and Dark Samus, even though they have a few different moves, and Dark Samus doesn't have the stupid roll, but I just feel they could do something like that. And that's all I have to say, really. I don't know anything about the character. Before we go to the outro, can we just appreciate how Olimar is literally yanking on the head of this poor red Pikmin here? Hashtag stop Pikmin abuse. So thank you all for watching part 4 of if every Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character had an Echo Fighter. Be sure to leave a like on the video and be sure to comment down below what Echo Fighters you want to see when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes down. And also, be sure to comment what fighters you would like to see, and if they could have an Echo Fighter, such as Richter to Simon Belmont. You know, no one saw Simon Belmont coming, and then he got an Echo Fighter. So if there's any newcomers you want that would have an Echo Fighter, be sure to comment it down below. But with that said, and with the video done, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, be sure to share the video, because that works wonders on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Go Beyond, plus Ultra.